Hi, so this is RCE-Blog, a blogging platform tailored for developers who write technical blogs. Let's look at an example of a blog post by going to the read page and opening up the first one. You see there's a code snippet in this blog post which is pretty typical for a technical blog. If you go to the right hand side and enable remote code execution and focus on this snippet and hit shift enter, we can execute the code in this snippet and see its output. We can even change it up and run it again. Now behind the scenes you are provided with a Linux container to run your code in, and you can interact with that Linux container through shell commands, and you can issue those commands right here. So if we inspect our file system, there's an src folder which in turn has a file.py file, and if we print out the contents of this file, you can see this file contains the code that we wrote in this snippet. So whenever you hit shift enter on a snippet, the code in that block is sent to a Python file. That file is executed and execution output is sent back to you. All these snippets run in the same context. So C is defined as a plus b here, and a and b were defined in the previous snippet. So if I run it, you can see that C has the value of bytecode, and this is because this code was sent to the same file, which we can inspect right here. Now this is a similar experience to Jupyter notebooks, but if you don't want this kind of behavior, you can specify the file you want to run your code in. So if I run this throws an error. This is because we appended a comment saying this code should run in other.py file. And if I inspect my folder, you can see there are two different files here, and this code was written to the other file. Now, authors of blog posts can embed other things in their posts too. For example, author of this blog post has embedded a TL draw component on which he has drawn a freehand drawing, and as the readers of this post, we can draw over it too. Images are supported, but if you need to show multiple images at once, you can show them as a carousel. This is a pretty fun stable diffusion thing, which I'll explain later. And LaTeX is supported too for writing mathematical equations, and YouTube links are rendered in a mini player. So you can write posts like this by going to the right page. All the posts are written in Markdown. You can enable Vim in your Markdown editor, and you just need to mention the file metadata at the top of your file. So we can say our file title is demo, this is demo description, and the language defines the programming language you want your code snippets to be in. So programming language that are supported are Python, JavaScript and Rust. So let's write one in JavaScript. So if you want to render a code block, you can click on code block and just write your code in here. And if we click preview, you can see this markdown is rendered as a blog post. If you want to render a TL draw component, you can click on canvas in the markdown helpers and replace this number string by an actual number, and you can draw freehand diagrams here. And if you want to include images in your post, you can click on gallery and add images. Let's add 4 images at once, and I want 3 of them to be in a carousel. So let's select 3, copy them, click on image and replace image name with the string I just copied to my clipboard. So these 3 are rendered as a carousel, and if I want to render a single image, I can go to my gallery again and copy this string, paste it here, and this is rendered as a single image. Now if you don't provide an image, then Lexica API by Sharif does its magic and provides an image for us. Now we can upload this post. Post is uploaded. Go to profile, refresh, and we can see our post in private posts right here.